It's time for Fits and Starts!
I look like a bit of a convict myself here with the head and the orange.
Oh,
I didn't even think
with
about
the
that.
orange, yeah.
I'm a bit. I could be in prison break, huh?
Do you need the blueprints?
I need
Do you
to.
want the blueprints?
We need time. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
There's no
We
time.
leave tonight. We're meant to leave in four months tonight. We leave tonight. Okay.
No. If we
Okay,
stay,
right,
we die. That's
Yeah.
It's always dramatic, you know. It's nothing.
Yeah. We leave tonight.
It's the only option.
Okay.
There are no options.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. Fuck. Fucking hell. The teddy bear. My brother used to be magic with them. My little brother, when we were kids, every time he played one of them teddy bear machines, he used to win, which was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how he used to do it. I think it was just luck, but we were all convinced he had some Midas touch, because like you'd be playing it and not being able to make it work, and then he'd be like, "Let me have a go," and then he'd get it every fucking time. But the teddy bears were never as good as them ones. The fucking troll. That's good now. That troll's the winner.
It's class, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe because the head on the troll is so big, maybe it was easy to grab it. I don't know.
Maybe so. I don't. Hey,
the head is a lot bigger than its little body. Because you'd expect that to be really heavy, so you couldn't lift it. You know what I mean?
yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Counterintuitive. Head is bigger than its little body. That's I wonder what that reminds you of. Very good. You should come over to Brighton there now, you and Andy, because it's full of them machines. It's all fucking the pier and all that. It's just all that fucking shit. He could bring you a fucking fistful of them.
I need to get a whole suitcase. They need to have their own seat on the plane home.
Well, that'll be easy anyway. There'll be no one else in the fucking plane.
No one in the fucking plane.
Socially distance 3 seats across.
You put a teddy in every
chair. That could be the new. Yeah, that could be the new thing. They're like, please don't sit on a teddy seat. But it's funny. I just don't even pay attention to it anymore. I talk to my family once a week, in UK family and Irish family. So then, like, if there's any developments, they're like, I can't believe we're only allowed to walk our dogs for half an hour, and even then they have to wear an orange jacket. And then I'm like, oh, that's the new. Like, that's when I clock the new rules. I'm just done with the news, man. The news is just
done.
Could be bothered.
Yeah.
Couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be fucked yet. So the other thing I'm doing at the moment is I decided I am going to try to do some more comedy writing. I got to get back on doing that. I finished editing my short film, my Chinese film. So I'm going to release that soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks, maybe. And your mom's after you again. No,
my phone's going to die every time.
Every time. It's because you're too powerful, Gillian. You're too powerful.
I'm going to plug out my headphones. Is that okay?
Yeah.
The worker lads have stopped making noise.
Worker lads.
What time is it? They look like they're going home. Are you messing? What? It's only 4 o'clock. Another hour to go, you fuckers.
Gillian, the woman getting paid to sit in her fucking hole all day at home, giving out shit to guys building in the street. Essential workers risking their lives so that you can have a fucking sidewalk or whatever it's called, pavement.
I'm actually doing up a private house. So
okay, fuck them. So eat the rich. Eat the rich.
I'm gonna have to move because my fucking charger won't reach me. Phone. Fuck's sake.
The struggle, Jill. The struggle. I'm going to try and go for a walk. You inspire me with your running, but not so much that I actually run. I'm going to try and walk every day for like an hour so I can start listening to. I got all these audiobooks that I never listened to, and I was like, I'll read every day, but I'm not going to read. I'm garbage. I'm not going to. I start reading, and then my brain's like, you know what's like reading, but better. Being asleep, and like that's it. Then it's just curtains, man. It's curtains. Yeah. So, but I figure if I have audiobooks and I actually I'm physically upright, like I can't fall asleep. You know what I mean? Like maybe I won't listen. Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Get hit by a
that's
fucking
definitely
bus.
A condition. If you just fall. What's that? Narcolepsy, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, narcolepsy. That's right. Where you just spontaneously fall. That's a real thing, man. Those poor fucking people just like that, out like a light.
Gone. Yeah.
Just must be. But although if you had a narcoleptic boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband, like, would you ever know when they thought you were being boring? You know what I mean? Because you just be falling asleep all the time anyway. So like, you're telling me they don't fake that sometimes? You know what I mean? We're just like,
just to get out of something. They're like,
yeah, definitely. Like, it's like, now, how many times you promised me that once a week at least you were going to take out the bins, and just, oh yeah, no, I know, but and then you just get out of the argument, and then you come to and be like, yeah, definitely.
I mean, you'd have to use it as a superpower if you did have it. Like,
you would, yeah. That's if. Although I suppose it wouldn't work for everything. You couldn't like kill someone and the cops arrest you and you're like, I'm out of here. But then you just wake up in jail. So I don't know.
I'm asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't work for everything seamlessly.
Doesn't work for everything. Disclaimer, doesn't work for everything.
So I don't want people to say that. I'm not saying narcolepsy. It's mostly upside. I don't want that to be the message. I'm thinking on balance, it probably is more downside than upside.
I would assume, yeah.
Controversial stance there. Gonna go out on a limb and say it's mostly downside. Jesus Christ. What day is it, Gillian? Is it Wednesday or is it Tuesday? Tuesday. So what's your plan for the rest of the week? So breaking curfew, go seeing your boyfriend in some other president's gas station.
It is legal to see him now. So
there you go. That's probably that'll take all the fucking fun out of it. Like it's legal for you to see each other.
He keeps doing that. Like he did it at the start on the 5th of May when like restrictions meant to start easing. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up with you on the 5th of May." Whereas now he keeps saying he's gonna break up with me on the 10th of August, which is great. I really enjoyed the joke.
Pushing it back, yeah, super.
It's so fun.
Yes. I realized that I needed to do something other than just lie around the house when I ordered these, Gillian. These underpants.
Oh my good God.
They're quality. And no, don't get me wrong.
What did they say?
They say "On That Ass," which is the brand name of this particular On That Ass. But God, that's weird. So the fucking washing powder still on that. Anyway, I've got these underpants, Gillian, and I knew that I had to basically do something.
Awful.
No, they're great. They're great. They're the best. You probably can't tell, but they're like lots of gestures on this one. That's what these are. Look at that, my own dick in my own face. How amusing. But I got that on. I must have clicked a link. That's I know exactly what I did. I just can't remember where I found the link. It's like a subscription underpants service that sends you new underpants once a month with a new funky design. And that's the second pair. The other pair came a month ago, and I got this pair in the mail a couple of days ago, the post a couple of days ago. And I looked at them and I was like, what are you doing with your life? What's happening? You're like, my life is so meaningless that maybe monthly subscription underpants is going to save me. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So
are they expensive?
No, I think they're like £8 or something like that. So, or £10 maybe they are with postage or something. It doesn't really matter if they are or not. It's a problem. It'd be a problem if they were free.
I would. Yeah.
So this is what happens when you're on your phone and you're like, I just need something. I need something. Oh, I'll click on that. Yeah, it's got all my money details on the phone. I'll do it. And then this is what happens. This is not.
I guess
the
if
solution.
you're gonna have something like, it's better than having like, I don't know, a monthly subscription to like, I don't even know, what's something awful.
Crack cocaine. It's marginally better than a monthly subscription to crack cocaine.
Really, one can never have too many underpants. So if you're going to get a monthly subscription to anything, I would say maybe underpants, but also maybe don't wear those on like a third date.
Hey, listen. People need to know what they're in for. That's right. It's a cavalcade of gesturing nightmares. The best thing about this particular pair of underpants, the jester themed ones, is because I presume where I saw it was on Instagram and where I subscribed to it or whatever. They had this, or not, I guess it must have been this month. They had a murder mystery competition whereby there were clues about who's the murderer in this. If you go to their website, it's like the Jester site, and there's a murder mystery, and you have to find out who the murderer was based on what was on the packaging and what's on the underpants themselves and what's on the website, like a clue. And if you solve it, you can get a year's free of underpants. And I started doing it, and that's when I was like, Alan, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to throw you out of a window. You're trying to win an underpants murder mystery. I know who the killer is. It's your lack of imagination, you fucking piece of human garbage.
What is lockdown doing to you?
What is happening? So I have
just try making some banana bread or something. You know,
I was like, man, baking banana bread seems a lot more reasonable than that for sure. So I have unsubscribed, Gillian, and like I said, I am now trying to do other things, and other than trying to fill the existential void with subscription underpantses.
That's very funny.
They're comfy, you know. I got no qualms with the quality of the underpantses. Don't get me wrong. You know, if you're looking for some quality on that ass underpantses.
Hashtag sponsor. Hashtag influencer.
Exactly. That's right. Have you ever wake up in the morning and think, you know what? I need underpants, but also I'd like to solve a kind of 12-year-old's sort of puzzle book on the very underpants.
You just unsubscribed because you couldn't solve it. Is that what's wrong? Is that why you unsubscribed? You were like, fuck this, fuck all you. I don't want your underwear.
My moment of revelation may have come in and around the time when I couldn't quite work out if it was the butler with the candlestick or the jester's assistant. But hey, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
I love it.
Self-knowledge comes at different times, you know. I mean, this wasn't quite me up a mountain, you know, with a Sherpa at a yoga retreat, realizing that I was one with the universe. But it was a moment of clarity, nonetheless.
I found myself.
I found myself. You don't want to find yourself. It's the last thing you do. You find yourself, because then you just realize you're a piece of shit.
That's what everyone who finds themselves says. Don't find yourself. Sounds awful.
Do it. Don't do it.
It's like they were just I never want to do that.
Stay lost. Stay lost.
And live a happier life.
A happy ignorance.
In the chaos and the confusion.
It's the only way. It's the only way to live, Jill. It's the only way to live.
I learned how to make some cocktails. It's nice.
Learning to make cocktails is just a great way of feeling better about getting shit-faced at about 4 PM. It's just. Yeah. I remember I went through a cocktail learning how to make phase as well. I was like, it's great. You can, and once you get the basics, you find you can kind of invent your own. It's great.
It's totally fine. I want to learn how to make whiskey sours. I'm able to make I'm able to make the easy ones. I can make mojitos and strawberry daiquiris.
Nice.
But I want to learn how to make a whiskey sour. But I don't drink whiskey. I only drink whiskey sours.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to buy a bottle of whiskey because I won't drink it, you know.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Just get like a naggin or something.
Oh, that's true. You can just get a little one. Yeah. They're not very expensive when you're at home.
No, fucking slab of Aldi beer.
Like the Aldi fucking, because you need a white rum to make those two cocktails, with the strawberry daiquiri and the mojito.
Yeah.
And in Aldi, a fucking 70cl bottle of it is only €14.
That's cheap, man.
Like that's the
good.
price of one cocktail in a pub.
Yeah,
whereas you're
which
gonna
is
get
crazy.
like 10 or 14 cocktails out of the one bottle. Like,
I reckon what'll happen now with bars is like people will do most of their drinking at home and then like go to bars and get like a fucking.
I mean, like pre-drinking,
Diet
like they
Coke.
were never pre-drinking before. Like,
no, I mean people were always before, but now I reckon like the pre-drinking
Yeah.
will go from being like 1 or 2 hours to being like 4 hours to being
Yeah.
like fucking catching the tail end of fucking drinks in a late bar. You know what I mean? I can see you running a bar, Gillian. I could see you running.
really?
Lil Gillian's is what it'd be called.
Little Jill.
Lil Gills, yeah, Lil Gills, and everything would be really. What would it be like? It'd be. Everything would be very. I'm trying to think. I could see it being very cozy,
Mm.
like like a mushroom house. No, what would it be like? You tell me, Jill. Lil Gills, what would it be like? Your
Oh
bar.
no, I think it'd be quite cozy as well. I like booths in pubs. I like sitting in a booth.
But I thought you said Boots. I thought you said I'm going to design a fucking pub like Boots, the pharmacy. And I was like, yeah, man, that sounds cozy. That sounds lovely. Just poof, neon lights. You know, everyone's wearing white hospital
I
gowns.
like real like old man bars. So my bar would not be like anything like these fucking new craft beer places, like
Right.
where you get a fucking pint in a mason jar. No,
No.
none of that shit. I think it'd be quite old school. I think it'd be very like old manly bar, like fireplaces.
Yeah.
The little booths for everyone. I definitely have a comedy club in it if I did have a bar.
For sure, of course.
There would definitely be a comedy club. Yeah, I think I could run a bar. I could see myself running a bar as well.
Yeah. This is my plan is to like do stand up for 10 more minutes, just long enough to really fail hard at it, and then like
Right.
fucking bail out, come back, make $1 million doing something else, come back, buy a comedy club, and then MC it, and I'll be like, well, now you can't throw me off stage because now I run the place, and then people just.
This is mine, bitches.
This is my plan, I think. So.
I actually think I wouldn't MC the comedy club. I don't think though. I can't say I hate it because I haven't done it. I am terrified of MCing. Terrified of it.
Which is funny, man, because you'd be good at it, like probably. But I know what you mean. You
that's
prefer.
what everyone says.
You prefer to stick to. But you're very funny. You're very. You see, the whole reason I wanted to even do this podcast with you is because you're very funny and spontaneous. But like, you just don't think you are. You hate yourself. So
Yeah.
You're just like, no. That's only when I practice them. That's only my practice jokes, so I can fool them into thinking I'm funny. If they knew the real me, they'd cry with boredom. They'd throw rocks at me, just like which is funny, yeah. But it's kind of like it's catch-22 in a sense that like if you don't feel comfortable, you probably won't be good at it to some extent. But if you did it for like 5 minutes, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is fucking easy.
Totally grand. Yeah.
Because there's like no pressure. You don't even need to be funny. You know what I mean? Like
that's it. It's not on you to be funny. You just need to be like, hi, don't fucking heckle people, don't walk out, don't be a prick. Here's your first act.
Yeah, that's like it. Like, and if you can be funny in between, that's just like a bone. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if you see an MC who actually makes a few jokes in between, you're like, this guy's fucking amazing. Like, and yet that same person, if they made that number of jokes in a 5-minute set, you'd be like, they were a good fucking shite, weren't they? Besides 1 or 2 jokes, like, it's totally the inverse. So that's my kind of fucking gig now. Just get up, don't have to be funny, tell a couple of fucking. Where are you from?
Paid really well for it.
Yeah, MCs always
get paid really well.
Yes, indeed. Well, or at least they always get paid something, which is good.
Yeah.
That's the plan, Jill. That's the plan. We'll open Lil Gills. Lil Gills. Sure, I'll buy it, and then you can be the face of Lil Gills. You don't even need to MC. There you go. Just a big fucking cutout, because I know you're self-conscious. Just a big cutout of your head. Just a huge fucking blown, like that with the hand just floating, the head and the hand floating in space. Lil Gills.
Lil Gills.
But I'd like it to be. mechanical or something as well. If we could get
That's
you
what I
doing
was
something.
thinking. You know, those like clown houses that have like the clown that's like bouncing outside it.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that is like.
But do you have any signature move? Like, do you
I
have?
have my hair flick.
Oh yeah. Just kind of like repeating, flicking, and yeah, that could be good. That could be good. Now, yeah,
So
we can
funny.
get that up on the hair flick on. I do it like that old neon as well, so it's so you can still see the part that's not moving when it's not moving. You know what I mean? That like that, and it'd make that noise as well. Welcome to Lil Gills. If you make it a dedicated comedy club, you can see how like if that's all it is, potentially. That's you're limiting your audience. But like if it's a bar that's, I'm not saying like with an open mic in the Mac, but like a dedicated stage, upstairs, downstairs area, like why not? Like people still go into it as a bar. So
yeah, because it doesn't have to be comedy like every single night. It can just be comedy on some nights, and you could use it for like functions and stuff. But yeah, it would be a comedy club. But then it's like, do I want to open a comedy club with a bar instead? You know, instead of opening a bar with a comedy club.
Is there a difference? What's the difference?
The difference is it's a venue. Then it's not a bar.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Although you probably make more money off the bar, to be fair.
I'm just saying, like, if you kind of have it just look like it's half and half. Do you know what I mean? So people don't know. It would have to be. I don't know if you can get away with your old man pub look though. If you're going to make it a venue, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you definitely have to change that up. Yeah. I fell over.
Lil Gills. People would be like, hey.
Great name, isn't it? Lil Gills. Just gonna go to Lil Gills.
Gills.
Okay, just go to Lil Gills.
Exactly. See. That's it, Jill. Got the branding already, man. Little bit. And I see, by the time I have enough money to fucking pay for it, you will be internationally famous. So you'll be a brand name at that stage.
That's so true. And then you make all your money off me, even though I'm never even there.
See, that's it. Never even emceeing it, just your face.
Make like a I'll be one of those people that like when I come back to Ireland to like play the 3 Arena, I'll pop in, and then
you drop in
because I dropped it. And
surprise show, secret comedy show.
Get a quick 10 minutes before she fucks off and does her sellout show.
Sometimes she comes in here and she tries her new material. Oh my God, that'd be so cool if we caught her here.
I mean, she was shocking, but it was great.
That's the thing. That's the thing as well. Like, trying out your new stuff. Especially the bigger you get, the more people are like, they must always be funny. That must be. I don't think like, obviously, by the time you're at the stage where you're really well known, you're bulletproof in terms of your confidence that you're just like, yeah, I'm going to eat a bag of dicks here. I don't care because. Killing it. But
apparently
still
I wasn't there, but apparently Dylan Moran dropped into the International a couple of months ago, and a few of the lads obviously that I know were obviously gigging there as well. And they saw him and they said that he didn't do well, but it just didn't faze him at all. Because he was trying all new stuff. Yeah. And like some of it just did not go well, but he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's exactly where you get to, I think, once you've been doing it long enough, because you have to. Because if you don't get to that place, you'd be gone mad,
Yeah, you lose your fucking mind.
Well, even think about now, even you, like, I mean, not that you ever have a gig that doesn't go well, Julie, but in the one or two where it doesn't, I mean, like, think about how less phased you are now than you would have been, like, 2 years ago or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so. You're like, yeah, that's grand. It kind of comes with the job, though, doesn't it?
Sort of. Yeah.
So they tell you have to have bad gigs. You never fucking tell that to a fucking singer, do you? You have to have a bad gig.
It's true, actually. So you're a pilot. You're gonna have a couple of crashes. Yeah. It happens. It's fine. In fact, you're not a real pilot unless you have crashed the plane a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, then people will really trust that you know how to drive.
That you really know
fly the plane, drive the plane. If you're driving the plane, it's probably wrong.
That's it.
But yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. It is the only one where you're just like, the more you fail, they're like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
You get it.
You're learning your craft. You're like, oh, he was a carpenter. He knocked a few houses down. They didn't build him right, but he killed a few people.
Yeah, killed a family of 7, but it's part of the
trade.
Part of the process.
Now he knows how to put up a roof. He learned.
They can't
What
teach you that
the-
stuff. You just have to learn by doing.
You just have to, you need to go out there, you need to break it all, you need to knock it all down, you know, and then you'll learn. We can't teach you that. You need to learn.
Get out there and do it. But I thought I was in a trade school. Out you go, young Padawan, into the worm. Find out by yourself.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's an odd job you've got, Gillian. It is an odd job.
Yeah. Tis good crack, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, well, do let me know if you write any new jokes. If you want to try them out.
I will. Yeah, I'll write some and I'll send them to you.
And I'll be like, that's crap. Never try again. You suck. No, I won't, because I need you to be successful. So.
So you can live off the back of it, like.
Yeah, I've got to use there's no point of having a big cutout of your head if no one knows who you are, like, you know, as the old saying goes.
I love that.
Who's a giant head? I don't know, fucking Gillian, I guess. It says Jill's. Lil Gills, yeah. We could do pharmacies as well, Jill's pills. See, there's lots that we can expand out. You could be like
You could also look at it like the pharmacy is like Jill Kills. So
yeah, you gotta watch your rhymes. See, I was thinking you could be like the Hello Kitty of comedy. Like we just put you on everything, you know. Jill's pills, Jill, like on pencil cases and stuff. Like the kids who don't even know who the fuck you are. They're just like, oh, that's
they make
cute.
a terrible Barbie out of me. Like the Barbies never look like the celebrity.
Oh yeah,
so they
sure.
Put those and they just say Little Jill. And it's actually just the kid Barbie. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. We just get versions of your head made and we just stick them on a bunch of old GI Joes, you know, because they got like bodies, you know.
I love this. I'm so okay with this marketing idea. And then because I'm everywhere, people are like, "Oh, that's Lil Jill," and they have no idea why they know me.
That's brilliant. You know, she does stand-up comedy as well as just being on pencil cases. What? When did she start doing that? See, that's it, Jill. This is the whole branding. I like this. But think about I wonder how hard it is to get a doll's head made of yourself. It must be.
You know, that, Alan, that's something that I don't ever want to know. I don't ever want to know that. That sounds fucking terrifying.
Dude, I'm telling you now, but listen, Gillian, forget joke writing. Yeah, that's important. But if it's merchandise, it's all about merchandise. If we could get a bunch of discount baby Barbies, whatever they're called, and get a bunch of Gillian head made up of them, stick them on, then you could sell them at shows. Fuck t-shirts now and CDs. That's the past, you know? Get your own Lil Gill branded dolls. You could give them out to people. That could be your thing. Great. At the end of every show, you throw one out. Who's the next person who's going to get a hand job? Well, they catch it like it's a wedding, you know, but who wouldn't say get married? I suppose you could, whatever. Yeah. It's you. You're literally throwing yourself at people. I wonder how many, I was thinking about see, the sign. You're thinking of the sign, see? You're thinking of the sign. See, that could be the pose the doll could do. Like, you could get the doll to do that because the hands would be like that anyway. Yeah, easy. See? I'm gonna look into this now. See how hard it is to make a doll of yours, because that'd be great.
If you post me a doll's head of myself, I will.
No, I'm not gonna post it to you. I'm just gonna leave it on your doorstep.
What do they? I'm gonna make a reference here, and I don't know what I'm talking about. That is worse than waking up beside a horse's head. Isn't that
good.
A thing that happens in,
that's
like,
the thing
Godfather?
that happened in The Godfather. That's right, Gillian. Very good. Very good pop culture reference you've absorbed from the ether. But that's it. But I mean, it'd have to be a huge head of your own. It'd have to be life size for you to be really freaked out. Otherwise, you just roll over and you'd be like, God, what's this? Oh! Yeah, but see, then if we get mini Little Jills made up, right, then you could give one to your boyfriend as well. He could take that when he missed you on holidays. He could have it in his pocket, when you're on tour.
I think if I handed him one of those, I would never see him again.
That's sort of like,
that's fair. That is
good
fair.
Call.
Yeah.
And no, that's not what happened. What would happen is you'd give him the Little Jill and he'd be like, oh my God, that's weird, but it's kind of cool. But then he'd be angling to see if he could get himself a handy Andy made up to go with Lil Gill. And then you'd be like, I just don't know if it works with the marketing because it's mostly like Lil Gill and like people don't know Handy Andy. So, and then he'd be really heartbroken. And then and then you just see him just fucking, you just come into the house one day, you guys presumably live in a mansion in the countryside with some Doberman, and the Doberman would just be chewing the Lil Gill doll, and you'd be heartbroken. He'd be shit-faced on the rum, cheap Aldi rum you bought falling around the house. You ever wanted a Handy Andy? You ain't care about me. Good boy. Arr, arr, as it's tearing the Lil Gill apart. That's right. Ah. And then then you'd have to make the choice that every woman has to make. Am I going to pour millions of dollars into making a male companion for my female doll line, or am I going to get divorced? And like that's a juncture in every relationship. Every woman comes to that.
Can you really have a Barbie without Ken? You know?
Can you have Little Jill without a Handy Andy? See, I don't know. I don't know if you can.
See, I don't know if you can. I think, but because it'll drive the prices right up. You'll be like, oh, look, it's Little Jill and Handy Andy. Do you know that there's tissues called Handy Andys? That's their brand, Handy Andy.
I mean,
Handy Andys.
That's
Isn't that awful?
I did not know that. I mean,
I was like, really?
They may as well be wanky hankies, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
right, exactly. That's exactly where like your mind goes when you read that. You're like, well, we all know what people are using those for.
I mean, I suppose you have facial tissue. This is like hand job tissue. I suppose it's sort of, that's terrible.
You're not using the same tissue for both.
I mean, not in that order. Anyway, the handy. So we can't use Handy Andy. So you'll have to get a new boyfriend, Jill. Sorry. Now we know there's this fucking tissue brand that's stolen the name. Like, fuck, sorry. You're gonna have to get fucking it's got to rhyme. Little Jill. But it had to be a comedian though, really, for marketing purposes. You have to have like a sham marriage with another comedian, I think. Or a celebrity. No offense to Andy, but like he's not well known. So he's no Kardashian.
He's no Kardashian. Does he not become famous by default though?
Well,
it's like if we had a little reality show in the house.
Okay.
He would become a celebrity by default because he's in the reality show.
I like where your
if he was like my
tiny head's
or if he was like my or if he was like my manager, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For my career, he could be my.
Well, if we're gonna have him be your doll's romantic partner, I think it's problematic also making him your manager from a sort of PR point of view. I don't think that's a great move. So he had all this power over me. So then I was like, wow, we should probably just start having a relationship. That seems normal. But but then it's about staggering the thing because right. I got it. I know the order now, right? You start off with being a famous comedian, which you already are, more or less, except for one
obviously.
part. Then we make the dolls, the Lil Gill Dolls to start with, just Lil Gill Dolls. Then after that, we can open Lil Gill Comedy Bar Club, whatever the fuck it is, right? So that's where I make all my money, right? And then because I'll put all this money into helping you start your line of dolls, which are gonna fly off the shelves, and then the reality television, and then we can introduce Handy Andy because then he's already famous from the reality television show. But we can't start off with Handy Andy. Also, by the way, I hope you know that like the doll has to have oversized big hands because like. Like you can't have a doll called Handy Andy.
That's the cats, like yeah.
But I figure we can get a bunch of cheapo hands from like a bigger doll and just squidge them on. Do you know what I mean? And
just throw them on there. Yeah. Poor Andy gets such a going over on this podcast.
Andy gets nothing but compliments on this fucking podcast. I'm talking about investing hundreds of thousands of euros and making dolls of this fucking guy. I never met him. Huh? This is, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking.
I love it.
A while ago, he was going to prison, shouting, raving around just to make you happy by stealing you a fucking purple troll doll. I remember what the fuck. I was defending his honor, saying you shouldn't call him little your little boyfriend last weekend. You're the one resisting the positive groundswell behind the public has behind Andy. Andy.
Do you need to go shopping later? It's on your mind. I need to go to Aldi.
Need to go to Aldi and get me some cheap dolls. They might have them sometimes. You know, the big discount bin in the middle. It could be full of dolls that could easily have their heads removed. Yeah, bunch of little agility dolls. So yeah, we're going to look into this. Last time we were talking about getting masks made of your own face, which once again could be a good marketing ploy. But I feel like the dolls are.
All of this sounds absolutely petrifying to me. Like.
No, but this is the old model of comedy is dead, Gillian. Learn your craft, tell jokes on stages. Bullshit. It's all about, do you have a doll? Can I buy a rubber mask of your own face? Do you have a boyfriend reality television show that we can...
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. This is the face of comedy. All these people being like, oh, when's stand-up coming back? It's not. Do you have a doll? It's not coming back for you, motherfucker. Unless you can get yourself some discount plastic toys with your likeness embossed on them. Welcome to reality. Wake up. Wake up! So yeah, I'm going to look into it as your manager, as head of Lil Gill Industries. I'm going to see if I can get these dolls made.
Lil Gill Industries.
Lil Gill Industries. It's got your cutesy face on it, but it's just like an army of Nepalese slave children just assembling them in like a smog-covered factory. Just like
my face is on the factory door, like.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry, this one. Yeah, must get my branding right. Excuse me. Little Jill. What would be a good theme tune for like Little Jill branded products?
Although I have a bit of a crazy laugh, so could it be the laugh?
I don't think it could just be a laugh.
Is that a bit creepy?
It is a bit creepy and thus 100% on brand, so that is not a problem. But I do think though, like, I'm not sure it could be just a laugh. Like, you know what I mean? No one's like McDonald's. McDonald's. Like it has to work into some music or something. So what's your laugh? I see you won't be able to laugh now on cue, can you?
I can't laugh now. But yeah, my laugh's like really loud, and it goes up the scale as well and comes back down.
Yeah, it's classic Jill.
I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's what it does.
Well, what we could do is, but like, do you have any catchphrases?
Get fucked. I say get fucked all the time. Get fucked.
Yeah, get fucked is good. But I don't know if that. Then we're excluding ourselves from the children's pencil case market if you say get fucked on. Yeah. Get fucked.
I don't think I have any catchphrases, do I?
I don't think so.
Oh no,
really.
It's kind of my catchphrase actually.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. You do say that. You do say that a lot. That would be, I don't know if that's a catchphrase, but if we can make these dolls talk, that's definitely talk.
That's definitely one of the things they say.
Oh no, just when you like push it or something. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, wanna be your laugh. Wanna be you saying, oh no. One you be like, hey little Andy, or something like that, we have to work it out. But you don't call Lil Andy to his face, so that's no good. Only behind his back. You snake.
I think he might know that that's something that I do, though.
Well, he fucking will know once this goes up anyway. He'll know you're planning to. Fucking the first episode is all about him being called Little Andy. This one is all about how you're already planning to make dolls out of him. The whole podcast just seems to be a rather protracted way of you trying to get rid of your boyfriend, simultaneously talking about how much you like your boyfriend, but also subconsciously trying to sabotage everything. It's great.
I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with how this went.
Hey, listen. It doesn't. I don't want. Look, I'm a big Andy fan. Andy sounds great, but like it's like a sitcom. Like if one Andy doesn't work, we can get another Andy. I'm not throwing.
You are not putting
150,000 euros worth of Andy dolls in the bin just because you can't keep a relationship together. I'm your manager. Go find another one.
We are not putting this on the podcast. I'm not going back on Hinge. Get fucked.
On your Hinge profile, only looking for guys called Andy.
Yeah. ...
I've got a lot of plastic dolls to sell. If that doesn't get you the ride, nothing will. Oh God, you don't want to go out with anyone who responds to that as an opening message. Very good. Lil Gill. Yeah, we need a theme tune. We'll have to come up with a theme tune. All right, we'll work on it. That's a project. That's okay.
Okay.
Catchphrases, your mad laugh, your fucking oh no, and get fucked, maybe, dependingly. But we need a theme tune.
I say but why quite a lot. I don't know if I do it on stage though, but I'm always like, why? You know?
Yeah.
But that's very like the oh no one.
It's a bit similar, not to say that you're not that there's anything repetitive about your phrases or anything, but maybe you have some other ones in your arsenal. We'll just keep an eye out. Next time you hear yourself and you're like, I do say that a lot, just jot it down so we can put it on the pull string, Lil Gill.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
But why?
But why? Like, and that could be the action. You pull the hand up and it makes the noise. You know what I mean? Oh no! Why? Like, it could be the hand. Yeah, we could.
It's so funny. But I'm pretty is something I say all the time. But I'm pretty.
But I'm pretty. Yeah, that's quite
funny. Yeah.
Funny. But I'm pretty. Yeah, that could be good.
But I'm pretty.
I
was like, when we were in Edinburgh, and I was staying with Emily, and she wanted to use the wash machine, but she was asking me how to use it or something. She was something about the wash machine, and then I was like, and then I was like, heavily suggesting that she's never used a wash machine in her life, and she was like, what? And I was like, I'm Emily, I'm pretty. Why would I be using these? Funny. Good times. But I'm pretty.
I'm pretty. Maybe we could get you a little Emily doll as well. I don't know. She doesn't rhyme. Emily doesn't rhyme very well though. Handy Andy.
Yeah,
I like that.
Lil
Gill. Smemily Emily.
Because Emily's another comedian, I think it would be good to have Emily, because then, we're like a little duo. Even though we're not a duo act,
I know what you're saying.
We could be great for, women in comedy.
Yeah, I do think, because sometimes people imply that actually women in comedy aren't as funny as men, and it's all just a bunch of sort of novelty and parlor tricks. But if we can really make this line of talking plastic dolls work, then I think we'll have proven that women comedians are just as good as men, and they don't need any quirky tricks to make that come across.
We have our jokes, and that's all we need.
That's all. Jokes and our pull string dolls, and that's it. And our brand and our comedy clubs with the electric
and our reality show.
Emily is great, but the name is no good. Could we call her M? Because then M might rhyme with something. Could you change your name to something like?
You're just gonna have to ask her.
Don't ask her now. Wait till you've got the dolls made up. You know what I mean? Because when she sees how well the dolls are selling, because if you're like, change your name now, she'll be like, I don't want to change my name. I don't know. I can't remember how she talks. But basically like that, I assume. But when she sees those dolls flying off the shelves, then she'll change her name to anything we want. Fucking Susie McDog shit. Anything to make some big bucks. But that doesn't. No, it couldn't be Susie McDog shit.
Lil Gill, Handy Andy, Susie Dog shit.
Muck
Be
dog
brilliant.
shit.
That's amazing.
Excuse me. Muck.
What was it called? Sorry.
Susie Muck dog shit.
Oh,
sorry. Son of dog shit. But no, that doesn't. I want it to be something rhymey though. Something cutesy. Rhyme. Emily doesn't rhyme with anything. Smemily. Gemily. Generally Emily. Generally, Emily works okay.
Generally, Emily.
Not amazing.
It's kind of hard to say, though.
Yeah.
Generally, Emily.
Yeah, it's too.
She's generally Emily.
Can we get her to change her name? Does she have a middle name?
I don't know her middle name.
Does she have a last name?
I presume she has a middle name. I just don't know it.
Ashmore. Ash. Fucking, that's not great either. Ashmore, Ash, Lil Gill, at Cashmore, at Ashmore, Cashmore. She sounds like a bookies. This is no good. Gem, Emily, M, Gem is about the best. Dem, that damn M. Look, Emily's great. You know I like Emily. Jillian, real talk. You know I love Emily. You know I think she's great. I've always gotten on very well with her. I can't remember she talks, but generally she's great. I love her. You got to cut her loose. What are we going to do? We can't make...
I gotta go. So I need to get rid of Emily and Andy. They need
No. I'm saying keep Andy. I'm saying stop trying to sabotage your relationship with Andy because I've got 250,000 Andy dolls to sell. But I'm also saying as a caveat to that, don't think just because you're going to get rid of Andy and then we can back out of this doll deal. You're going to have to get another Andy if that one doesn't work out. But I'm not saying get rid of that one. I love that Andy. I love Andy who's not little. Little Gill, regular size handy Andy. That's it. Well, I suppose not, his hands are extra big, but anyway, that's a plus for you. See? I'm on your side. You know who's not on our side? My name doesn't rhyme with fucking anything. Emily. That's who's not on our side.
That could be her name.
My name doesn't rhyme with fucking anything, Emily. You know, I'm just saying, I think I'm sure she's a very funny comedian, but I would change my name if I was her. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, how many dolls is she realistically going to sell? Whatever. That's enough. I've said my piece. I don't want to tell her how to live.